Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy. Nick Moulet is not joining us tonight. He's got something else on his schedule today. Yes, but here we've got what?
How dare he?
I know. So, but here, so here with us tonight is here with me tonight is Jeremy York, head of the Things Network, and here with Tom Nally from This Is Tom's World, and our friend Nikki. And so tonight we're covering a really a real classic. This one is a favorite of the '90s, and it is Scream. And oh man, this is a movie that holds up well to modern times, like as far as horror satire.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Oh yes, and this was directed by Wes Craven, who we've covered a bit of his work before. Nightmare on Elm Street.
My favorite horror series of all.
Oh yes.
I love Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. I do not like the other Freddy Krueger. Although I will say, not to go off on a little tangent, did you see Dylan's new Nightmare yet?
Not yet. Oh, hey, Joe.
Fan made the fan made horror film of like the sequel of New Nightmare, where it actually has the same dude that played Dylan in New Nightmare in this one. It's only
I'll have to look
long.
into that. I'll have to see it.
It's awesome, and it leaves you wanting so much more because it's only a half hour long. You're like, what? But the guy they have playing Freddy Krueger in that, dead on, Robert Englund. I swear to God.
Hey, Leon. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to go.
Yes, rest in peace, Wes Craven. Yeah, that man was a legend. Yeah, he's given us, a Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's see, Serpent of the Rainbow, People Under the Stairs, all kinds of good stuff. Hey, Sarah. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Ladies and gents and Tom. Okay, so what is Tom then?
Wait, what does that mean I am?
Yeah, really.
You know what? That means I'm so special that I can't even be classified in a category.
And Joker.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so this was directed by Wes Craven and also written by Kevin Williamson, he wrote this. Like, some people actually asked me if Wes Craven did, but no, it's Kevin Williamson, who wrote also at around the same time also wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then moved on to years later, like he was creating all kinds of hit TV shows such as Dawson's Creek and The Vampire Diaries.
I like Dawson's Creek.
I don't like either one of them.
Hey. But the man truly is a creative genius. And we just lost Nikki.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, that tends to happen with her. But with her Wi-Fi connection, but she'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she'll come back. But
this
movie had a lot going for it. It had an amazing cast, which, like you were saying, Tom, Drew Barrymore.
Me too.
Courtney Cox. I mean, Monica. Come on.
Courtney Cox. Yep. This is around. Yeah, this is like about 3 years into like the show Friends. And wait, Nikki's back.
And that's where she met David Arquette, right? On the
David Arquette. Yes.
Yeah, and
I'm with Mr. Leon. My crush was Neve.
Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell, yes. Yep, she played Sydney in this whole series, with the exception of Scream 6. Hopefully she'll be in the next one. But she plays Sydney, who is like a high school girl who is finds herself and her friends targeted by Ghostface after
a high school student in her 20s. But
yeah, she was 23 at the time this movie was made.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's
what's interesting about Scream is that this movie made so many careers. Just this one movie. That does not happen very often.
No, Jamie Kennedy's in it too.
Yep, Jamie Kennedy. Yep, who played Randy, the horror fan. And let's see. Let's look at let's look at this right here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is Neve Campbell in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, she's 23 years old at the time. It's like she hardly even looked like it. She looks younger. And she was also in that. Oh yeah, and at this time she was doing another. She was also in a sitcom. Well, not sitcom. It's more of a drama series. Party of Five. Yeah. Party of Five, and she was also in other movies like let's see, The Craft and Wild Things, which she had starred in with Denise Richards.
Was she in I Know You Did Last Summer? No, she wasn't in that. Was she?
No, that was
that's Jennifer.
Jennifer
Love.
Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze
I always
Jr.
mix Jennifer Love Hewitt and her up. I don't know why. They don't look alike, other than the fact they both have brown hair. You know.
They came out as MS. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Every time, listen, I have to admit something, and this is going to make me sound so bad, and I blame Family Guy. Anytime somebody says something about like somebody having MS, I go back to that episode of Family Guy where Peter's like, "You hear this, Chris? This guy says he's got monkey scrotum." Blah, blah, blah. Like I can't get it out of my head, and it makes me feel so bad.
Well, just remember Peter's an idiot. So
well, I'm looking online right now. I'm not seeing anything about it.
Yeah.
About monkey scrotum?
I'm hoping it's not true. I'm hoping it's not true because Nivette Campbell, she's a very talented actress. I would love to see her reprise as Sydney again.
At some point.
I think that's why she's not in 6.
Oh, yeah. But let's see. Oh, and let's see. Rose McGowan is in this. She was Tatum. Yeah, she was Tatum. Supposedly David Arquette's her character, younger sister. And Tatum, like the only other
one that got it in the garage door, though, right?
Yeah, the garage door. She got crushed by the garage door. Like, well, more specifically, tried to crawl into the doggy door to escape the killer, but the killer decides to take her out in a unique way, pressing the garage door, lifting the whole thing up while she's stuck in the doggy door, and crushing her above.
I don't know if that would kill somebody, though.
It could.
It hurt them a lot.
Well, she did have her neck through. It could have broken her neck.
Yeah,
it snapped her neck.
Yeah.
But would it have that much power, though?
Let's see.
I mean, you'd think there's fail-safes in those automatic garage doors. But there you go. I mean, I'm just thinking logically, which is not something you should do when you're in a horror movie.
Probably not.
Because
and that's right. So the end, she was in Charmed. Yeah. Her alongside,
Alyssa Milano and
Shannon Doherty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also, I remember Rose McGowan very fondly in, wait, here. Hey, Lauren. So good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Rose McGowan. I remember her very fondly in this the Grindhouse movie from 2007. It was called Planet Terror. And Jill, and if you guys haven't, for the audience members, if you haven't, if you're not familiar with it, Planet Terror is like where it's like there's a zombie outbreak, like everybody's getting killed, and like Rose McGowan plays a go-go dancer named Sherry Darling, who has her leg bitten off, but did that stop her? No, her boyfriend equips her with a assault rifle attachment, and she just mows down zombies with a while doing go-go dance moves.
And she was in other movies with that too, right?
I know. It's insane. Here, you know what?
Just imaging that.
Here.
Very interesting movie.
Yep, this is her.
Yes.
The machine gun attached to her leg. I saw when I watched that scene, I'm like, wow, that's got to be the most over-the-top way to ever kill a bunch of zombies.
Lieutenant Dan, you got magic legs.
That's screaming Bruce Campbell. That screams Bruce Campbell.
It does. It really does. Yeah, it's like Bruce Campbell has a chainsaw arm, and now Rose McGowan has a machine gun leg.
I sense that there should be a collaboration there.
Maybe.
But of course, Bruce is never going to do Ash again. So, but so he says.
Wait, he's retired from the role?
He's not. He said he's never going to be doing a live action Ash again. He would do it in video games and voices and stuff like that. But he said he will never do Ash again. After they canceled him off of Ash versus the Evil Dead, he's like, you know what? I'm done.
That's a shame.
I know. That's his best role.
Yeah.
Outside of Bubba Hotep.
I bet she got good tips.
Hugh Jackman said the same thing about being Wolverine. He would never do it again, and now apparently he is.
Well, yeah, in the new Deadpool movie.
Deadpool 3, yeah. Planet Terror rules. Oh, yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. Let's see. And then she joined the movement and retired from acting early.
She went off the deep end, Rose McGowan.
Yeah.
She went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She did. I swear. If you watch some of her Instagrams and stuff like that.
She did date Marilyn Manson. So
well, you know,
who knows? Here, what's there? Scream is the type of killer. Well, actually, the killer is not named Scream. The killer is called Ghostface.
Yeah.
Type of killer that Dunn would turn into if he went psycho killer stalker. Do you like horror movies? No, I swear I would not become him.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I swear I never. But yeah, I have the mask, the cloak, the gloves, everything. Yeah,
what's
one of my favorite
sound? I'm making popcorn.
I only eat popcorn at the movies. Yeah, Roger Jackson, you do great because he was always amazing with that voice. Like, I just love his whole approach. He just like starts off that voice, when he calls his intent, when the Ghostface calls the intended victim, and like Roger Jackson just gives off that voice, like kind of like a seductive kind of a tone to it, like just to like, like makes him come off as a nice kind of a guy, but then it escalates. He gets like this. His tone gets more violent and aggressive. And it's just like,
you still never told me your name.
Yeah, because I want to know who I'm looking at.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to know who I'm talking to. Then he's like, "Don't you hang up on me." And
don't you hang up on me.
Yep. And then it gets to the point where she hangs. He calls her back, and she says, "Listen." And like Drew Barrymore says, "Listen," and he's like, "No, you listen. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish. You understand?" I'm just
your
like,
boyfriend's out back.
I'm just like, oh my god, this guy. The way that guy the tone completely 180 turns, like, oh my god, like he was always been amazing.
I can't believe that's his actual voice.
I know, it's crazy.
It's great. Yeah, it sure is.
Did you guys used to get prank calls like that before?
Oh, thankfully no.
I used to make. No, I'm just kidding.
I used to make. I mean, I always made prank calls, but not like that. No, they were always like meant to like annoy. They were mainly they were just meant to annoy telemarketers that call me. Sometimes
is your refrigerator running?
No. No, we used to do, me and my friends, we used to do that 10-pound ball joke, calling bowling alleys and asking if they have 10-pound balls.
Oh,
yeah, that old gag. But let's see.
I used to get weird phone calls too, and so every now and then it would be like someone breathing, or like, "Hello, I don't have time for this. You guys need to." I don't know who they are. It was a long time ago.
What are you wearing?
Yeah. Oh, here. I hear you, Jill. Yeah. Oh, Sarah's like referring to, because she knows I can do the voice of Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Dr. Claw.
Yep. Where it's just like, where it's like,
"I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time."
Oh my god.
They actually did show him once, I think.
Yep. Hey, Brad. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Hi, Brad. And yes, they are creepers.
They are true creepers. But Matthew Lillard, he brings up a good point. Yeah, like he was awesome as Stu, who was Tatum's boyfriend.
Shaggy.
Yeah, like seriously, Shaggy was like probably the role that he was meant to play. Like
exactly. Like zoinks.
Oh, wow, you can do that voice too. Sweet.
Oh, I got a lot in my repertoire.
I mean, can't believe 2002 is when he started that role. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Rose was giving me Daphne vibes.
Beginning of the film, there is no way you did not.
I was 11.
Hey. Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
But seriously, I prefer that live action Scooby Doo over that terrible HBO Max animated series Velma. Don't ever watch it.
No,
ever.
It's not good. Not just for the changes they made and stuff like that, but the content.
Yeah, not good.
No good. It's terrible. But and here's a fun fact about the Ghostface mask. This was actually inspired by a painting that's called The Scream. Here, let me just to remind everybody. Let me put that.
It's Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Well, actually, I think it was. I wrote his name down. Edvard Munch's. Edvard Munch.
Was Van Gogh.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but then I looked it up and it was here. Just to remind people, let me put it up. Yeah, so the Ghostface mask was inspired by this painting.
I'm just gonna grab a drink. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the same continuity as like Starry Night and stuff like that. And...
Oh yes, like the reason why they felt the need to like have this as the mask, it's like meant as like some sort of giving off a mocking expression, reflecting the scared look that his victims would have.
Right. Unless the tongue is coming out, then that's the what's that? You know, that's a different movie though.
Scary movie. I remember that one. Yeah, ripping off that weird Budweiser commercial. Oh man,
Skeet is
here. Skeet is an awesome actor. Yeah, Skeet Ulrich, who played Billy Loomis. Yes, yeah. He has been in another horror film very recently. It was like one of those straight to digital movies. It was called Blood.
Wasn't he also in? Oh my God, what was the movie where they were like the witches?
The Craft.
Yes, yeah. Wasn't he in that too?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, here, Billy is asking me. Oh wait, here. First of all, hey Thomas, thank you so much for joining.
I love your first name, man.
What did you think of the recent 5 and 6? I loved them. I thought they were great.
I have not seen 6.
Yeah, they had that same kind of vibe as the movies. Yeah, and I also love how the 5th one had what was his name? James A. Janice and his wife Chelsea. Yeah, where they were like from the YouTube channel Dead Meat, that horror channel. Yeah, they had a little cameo on that on like this web series.
I love when YouTubers get cameos in movies.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Maybe someday. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, here. What did Sarah say? Van Gogh was bipolar. His later work was very different from his early work. Well, I always thought, maybe that was just normal, like the change of work in artists, because you can only stick to one like certain kind of art until people get bored with it, and they switch to something else. That
as the artist, you do get bored
that
with
is
the
actually consistent with anybody who creates something, whether it's an artist, singer, or a writer,
or a content creator. I mean, I started off with just like doing gaming videos, but then I moved on to doing reaction videos, moved on to doing movie reviews, and now live streams. So I always switch things up. So it applies.
If I ever switch things up on my YouTube experience, I will make another channel just so that my channel, my current channel, This Is Tom's World, will stay, like the continuity will stay the same, but I'll make another channel to do something different. Kind of like, well, I guess you could say like the whole BB3 thing or Dom and Tom's World or whatever. Like we have YouTube channels for both of them, and I do different content there. But like,
okay. Billy's asking me if we could reenact the whole "Was Up" from Scary Movie 3.
What's that?
Oh man, classic.
But, there are certain rules that one must abide by in order to survive a horror movie.
Yep. I love
First, you can never have sex.
Yep, that's what Stu pointed. No, not Stu. What Randy pointed out. Yeah.
Second, you can never drink or do drugs.
Yeah,
that's a big no-no.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a sin. It's an extension of rule number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And last, you can never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, say, "I'll be right back," because you won't be back.
I'll be back.
I need to get my drink. I'll be right back.
I'm going to go get a beer. You want one? Yeah, I'll be right back.
The only way you can be able to say that and get away with it is if your first name is Arnold.
That's right.
Here,
that's right.
My drink.
My name is Arnold, and I'll be back.
I'll go get mine. I'll be right back.
She'll be right back. We'll all be right back. You hang on. We'll all just go.
Hey, Tom. Can you read other questions here? Yes, I can. I'm reading. I'm trying to catch up. I'm sorry, Billy. Here, Tom's saying I'm getting Mortal Kombat 1 tomorrow for the Switch. Oh, yeah, Mortal Kombat. I just filmed a reaction video. I got to edit it for the Mortal Kombat. So, like the finisher moves that they do, where the one where they just literally rip each other apart. The fatality moves.
The videos are coming out of the woodwork on YouTube for the fatalities anymore. It's crazy.
I know. It's like, oh my god, Mortal Kombat. It's like, I'm just thinking, man, it just gets more and more gruesome with each game. You know what I mean? It just makes the earlier ones, the arcade ones, seem fairly tame compared to what we have now. Yeah, I mean, I just like how the day. When
the original Mortal Kombat came out on the Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, I think it was, like the Sega Genesis was like censored, and you had to put in a certain code to uncensor it.
Right.
So there was blood.
Here, Don Tom, Billy's asking if we want Ash in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I would love to see Ash in Mortal Kombat.
I have been wanting that since they added like Freddy and Jason, and so I said, you know what? If they're gonna add these guys, why not add Ash? Because he would be perfect with the friggin' the saw and the boomstick, and then he could have like little deadites come out as like the little helpers and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. And let's see,
like a Linda come out and just like dance and kick somebody and like that would, God, that'd be awesome.
And Michael Myers. Oh yeah, I wonder how Michael Myers would be in Mortal Kombat.
Silent.
Yeah, he always.
When
is.
he comes in, there would be no audio of him talking. No audio. It would just
they did the same.
That, but nobody would be able to kill him.
Yeah, I mean they did the same thing with Jason in Mortal Kombat 10. So
yeah. Well, yeah, he doesn't talk either.
Yeah. Tell me you've had RoboCop and Rambo, and yeah, that's true. But so let's see. Oh, here's another interesting face in Scream. You guys, of course, you guys remember Principal Himbry, who is played by Henry Winkler, who, as we all know, I'm sure just about everybody remembers him for his role as the Fonz in the classic sitcom Happy Days. I just like how they made him I just love how they made him the principal in this.
Well, and also Gatorade.
Oh yeah,
Waterboy.
Oh, that's true. Oh man, yeah. Oh wait, Fonzie, Happy Days. Yeah, that's right.
Arthur Fonzarelli.
Arthur Fonzarelli. Yep, that's his real name. Oh man, he was like superhuman in that show. Shame he wasn't superhuman in this movie.
No, I think that's.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Henry Winkler. Oh yeah, he's still alive.
I think the only things that he was like tough in was Happy Days, and I think he was in American Graffiti, and I think that's where the character of Fonz came from. Him and what's his name?
I'd see that.
The guy that played Richie.
The redhead guy.
Ron Howard.
Yeah, that's right.
I think like both of those characters came from American Graffiti, and then they made Happy Days.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And so
I know some things.
Would you want Snake?
I'm looking for American Graffiti, but I'm not finding it. I don't see it for that one.
Oh yeah. So let's
that
talk
would
about
be a good idea, having Snake Plissken in there, because he was badass too.
Yeah. Oh, and so let's talk about the opening scene. It starts off with like Drew Barrymore, who is I just figured we'd bring this up, Tom, because that was like your favorite, one of your favorite people. So I figured you would want to talk about this scene more.
Yes. That was
just
that
like,
was, I don't know, seeing her as an adult. Like, well, she's actually more wholesome in her later years, but like when she became like a young adult, she kind of had that whole slutty vibe going on, and it was cool. Like even in the teens, like say Poison Ivy, if you go back to that.
Yeah, she also was battling. Oh yeah, she was also battling drug addiction during her younger years.
I know, as every young Hollywood person was. You know, they all did it. Like she hung out with the Coreys and this and that. You know, I mean,
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they're all around the same age.
Oh yeah,
around my age. Late 40s.
E.T. Reese's Pieces from E.T.
Another
classic.
Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I just like that 2 of her first 5 films were Stephen King movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
Firestarter. Yes, that's right.
And Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye. Yep. Yeah, she played the girl in Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye was actually before E.T.
That's. Oh. I think so. Yeah.
I came out.
Oh wait, no, it was before Firestarter.
It was before. Yeah. Well, I think it was like Cat's Eye, E.T., and then Firestarter. Because she was older in Firestarter than she was as Gertie in E.T.
Oh yeah.
But she was younger in Cat's Eye.
Yep, that's right. Drew Barrymore. Yep, she's a great actress. And have you heard? Oh yeah, she does have that talk show now.
I'm trying not to think about that because I don't like that part.
Oh.
I hate daytime TV.
Yeah, I knew she had her own talk show.
That's right. And so in this she plays Casey, who is home alone, isolated house, and is getting calls from some complete stranger who has a voice that intrigues her, like basically asking what her favorite what kind of movies she likes watching, scary movies. She says her favorite is Halloween. Another one she likes is Nightmare on Elm Street. She's saying, yeah, the first one was great, but the rest sucked, which she's kind of right about.
What? No, what? All right.
Just to an extent. I love the third one.
The third one was the best.
Yes.
In my opinion. First one was awesome. Second one sucked beyond belief.
No, the fifth one was horrible.
You got the body, I got the brains. No, I didn't. The second one.
Oh, yeah. And so, I just love, like, Roger Jackson's, like, the way he portrays that voice, and then it just becomes more threatening, like saying, like, when she was asking, is this some kind of a joke? And he's like, more of a game, really. Can you handle that, Blondie?
I want to play a game.
Yeah, I'm sure that that may have inspired Jigsaw, like, as far as I want to play a game,
Could have.
I'm surprised she doesn't
is out on the poolside, and you have 5 minutes.
Yeah. Live or die, make your choice. I'm surprised she doesn't have booby traps in her house since she's home alone. I know. We
didn't have boobies, though.
Now, if they did a horror version of Home Alone?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Home Stallone?
Yeah, but we can't all be Macaulay Culkin, but I should point out that Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, Rory Culkin, was in the fourth film, Scream 4.
Was he?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah. He was.
I didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so... Oh, hang on.
And now, she mentioned Halloween, and I have actually had the privilege of talking to somebody from the original Halloween movie, Sandy Johnson. Played Judith Myers.
Oh yeah, that opening scene. Yeah, I love that.
For his first kill.
Yep. And like the opening scene for Scream and the opening scene for Halloween are two of my favorite horror movie openings. Seriously, like it really sets the tone for the whole movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And just the way, oh man, the way the killer just escalates things with Casey, like having her boyfriend outside on a chair and like saying, answer this movie trivia, and then he just goes away. But no, he's not gonna make it that simple. And saying I get a wrong answer and Steve dies, and she does get a wrong answer. Saying that asking when he asked her who the killer was in Friday the 13th, saying it was Jason, but nope, Jason is the killer in the sequels. In the first film, it was Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah.
Right, Jason wasn't even in it until the end.
Yeah,
and that was just a dream sequence too.
Right? No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting about the opening of Scream, I don't know if you guys ever had this feeling, but when they were advertising Scream, to me, it sounded like Drew Barrymore was getting the top billing because she was the biggest name.
Yeah, in the trailers, that was who they showed.
Yeah, and then 5 minutes in the show, she's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like it
very reminiscent of Janet Leigh in Psycho.
Yeah, I think their point of that opening scene in Scream was just to let you know that if you think this person's going to be the main character, but nope, gets killed off. It's just their way of saying that nobody's safe. Like this killer
movie, nobody is.
Yeah, it's like Ghostface will go after anyone. And let's see. And also, I should mention that in order to get Wes Craven in order to have Wes Craven, when he was directing that opening scene, in order to get Drew Barrymore to like freak out and get emotional the way she did in the movie, what he did was he told her, because she's an animal lover, she loves animals. He told her these horror stories about animal cruelty, and and said, just think about these terrible stories about animals being killed in order to get emotional for this scene. I'm just like, okay, maybe it's efficient in making her emotions genuine in the scene, but still, that's kind of messed up.
As a director, you got to do what you can in order to get the emotion you want out of the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is true.
Look at what I forget the guy's name, but look at what the one guy did on Stand By Me when the boys were running across the train bridge.
Oh yeah. I am ready for Saw X. Oh, so am I. That movie's coming out soon. I can't wait.
I didn't even know that was coming out.
Saw 10 or Saw X. I don't know what people are calling it. Saw 10. Yeah.
Jigsaw can't still be alive at this point. He was dead like a couple movies ago.
It's a prequel to Saw 2. It takes place between the events of Saw 1 and Saw 2.
Okay.
I know they keep bouncing back and forth.
So we'll get to see Carrie Elways get killed again, and
yeah. Directors can pull some horrible things. Yep, that is true. Even in the Friday the 13th movies, like we covered how the director in part 4 like had that actress who played Samantha like go in that water, frigid cold, almost getting hypothermia. So, yeah.
And then there are some that just don't tell the actors what's coming up on the scene, like John Carpenter did on the thing.
Yeah. And also in
no, I'm sorry. I am thinking of Alien. I'm thinking Alien.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounded like you were thinking about Alien, where none of the actors knew about the chest burster that was about to come out of John Hurt. Yeah, like it's
hello, my baby. Hello, my
wow.
That's of course you bring up that Spaceballs parody scene. But yeah, one of the most Alien had one of the most iconic scenes ever. That chest burster scene, and no one knew it was going to happen. So it's like directors will do so much to make it. I know it's just to make a scene genuine.
But you know what? They succeed.
I actually just found out today in watching a behind the scenes video that in Goonies they did a similar thing. Like for the pirate ship, none of the kids were allowed to see that at all until they came crashing down through that little tunnel of like a water slide, and then they turned around and saw it. That was the very first time that they saw it, just to get their natural reaction.
Which
same thing? The Goonies. Yep. Same thing in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The kids were not allowed to see the chocolate room until they opened that door. And so their expressions you saw in that, it was real.
Yeah, genuine.
Yes. Yeah. He will do all kinds of things to make it genuine. If I ever get a part in a scary movie, I just have pictures of my ex around to make me scream.
I could do the very same. I'm just saying. Seriously, and if you're watching my ex, way to go.
I like my exes. They're all still handsome.
Well,
yeah.
You can stay friends with people.
I try.
You can, yeah.
I always try to stay friends with people, but there are just some people that are just too toxic.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, and let's see. Oh yeah, Brad, you better. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You better hope your ex doesn't watch this.
I hope mine does, and I hope she heard what I said.
Otherwise, she might put on one of these. You never know.
That might help the appearance. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Brad called it.
Oh wow!
But then we have to call into question what you were thinking when you got with her. If she's that scary looking,
that is less scary.
That's less scary.
Oh yeah.
And Brad is a terrible, terrible person.
They're kidding.
Yeah, we're all kidding. We're all joking here.
That's all I ever do.
You know what I mean? Hey, it's all in good humor. Yeah. Oh, I gotta say, like when you look at like technology that's around, like in the movie, like how it really shows it's from the mid '90s. You got VCRs, which I haven't seen anybody use anymore. I've seen like and also the cell phone, the Motorola that the killer uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
with the little voice changer over top of it.
Oh yeah! Right. Imagine this day and age if if Ghostface actually like uses like FaceTime or something, or finds some way to use FaceTime
and use like voice.ai and all that.
Yeah. Yes, I am joking.
Well, I think even in the third film they were still using the VCR.
Oh yeah, and like here's another thing that people don't really have anymore that's been shown constantly throughout this movie: landlines. People don't really use landlines anymore. Cord. Yeah, we have this.
A long cord.
My dad got rid of his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never had one in my place. So, let's see, my parents got rid of theirs. Let's see, I don't think even my grandparents have landlines anymore.
My dad does.
What?
He refuses to
We
get
have
rid
one.
of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
My mom still has a flip phone.
Oh, I see. Well,
I was just having this conversation with Dad a few days ago. I don't think, well, Tom's father, I guess. I don't think anybody has any landlines anymore. Now they're all for businesses.
Well, Brad's dad has one too.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Old school people have it. We have it.
I mean, technology can be
need
strange. I mean, there are some pieces of technology that I thought were going to go out, going to be extinct, but ended up making a comeback. Like this, for instance.
Yeah, I don't get that. I really don't.
Watch.
What's the harm in just pulling your phone out and looking at the time on that, or looking at your text on that? Why do you need to have it connected? That's just like a useless piece of technology.
Because your phone dies.
Look at this. Yeah, this could last a while longer. And also, I could do this right here.
If you put your phone on the charger every night, you don't have to worry about it.
And also, like,
what if you lose your phone? You lose it.
Oh yeah.
Well, wait. Isn't your watch connected to your phone? So if you go away from your phone, your watch is going to be useless.
No, not necessarily. No. You can still tell time with it. Like.
Well, you could do that with a regular watch.
Well, yeah, the basic ones, but here. Oh yeah, like this is Leon does bring up a good point. Tatum actually is now nice to Dewey, her older brother, who is the cop, played by David Arquette, and so like
Dewey.
Yeah, like they were. He was always a punk to him. Like
nobody's nice to Dewey.
No,
except for
Gail is.
Yeah, Gail is Courtney Cox. And it's crazy how Courtney Cox and David Arquette like they met and fell in love on the set. And I've seen seen them like interviews saying that so in the first movie we fell in love. Second, they said when we were on set of the second movie we got engaged, and by the third movie we were still living in the same trailer on set.
Yeah, and then before Friends ended, they divorced.
Well, actually, it was a few years after Friends ended because
I thought it was before. Because I think
no, it was years after Friends ended because in 2011 when Scream 4 came out.
Oh, you're being serious? Okay.
Yeah, in Scream 4 when that was back in 2011. They were still together, and so were their characters. Like their characters had married in Scream 4, but it was a few years after that they got divorced.
They got divorced in 2013.
Friends.
2013. That's right. Yeah, Friends. Yeah, Friends was going on at the time when they were filming the Scream movies, the first three anyway.
Friends is one of my guilty pleasure things.
Oh yeah, my family loves Friends. Like seriously, they love.
I know every I could sit there and watch the show with you and quote it before they say what they're going to say. And
I'm the same way with The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That's I love.
Look at me, I'm Chandler. Could I be wearing any more clothes? Maybe if I wasn't going commando.
Oh yeah, my parents like Seinfeld too. Seinfeld's good. Yeah.
Why do you like Seinfeld? What's wrong with you?
Wait, you don't like Friends, Brad?
Seinfeld.
What?
I've never seen an episode of Friends.
I consider myself to be a combination. How you doing?
Oh yeah.
I consider myself to be a combination of Joey, Chandler, and Ross.
I'm Joey.
How you doing?
Can't stand Seinfeld either. Wait, Brad, what?
Oh, Brad, we can't be friends. Bye.
Hey, at least tell me. At least tell me you like The Big Bang Theory. That's a good show.
What does Brad like then?
Yeah,
I wasn't really into The Big Bang Theory. I mean, I watched some and I didn't mind it, but I was more into Friends and Seinfeld.
Penny.
Yeah.
Penny.
I think Sheldon might be autistic, like I am. I mean, it explains some of his behaviors.
It would explain the behaviors of all.
You're in my seat.
You're in my spot. Yeah. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like Courtney Cox and David Arquette, like
Oh yeah, Scream.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was trying to like remember what I was gonna say, but we kind of drifted a bit. So but like they got divorced in real life. So when they brought them back in the fifth Scream movie, of course their characters were not together because if they were in love with each other, they had to act like they were in love for the movie. That would just be really awkward, So
hey, it's what you're paid for. You're an actor.
I'm pretty sure no amount of money in the world would make them want to play married characters. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no.
And Yeah, I just felt bad for Courtney Cox because I was looking into like background saying like they were having trouble like with as far as having kids and whatnot. Apparently they're going through some lot of hardships. So yeah, I was sad about that, learning about it.
Tom McNichols has a good question.
Yeah, where's Nick? Yeah, hey Nick, where are you, man? Come on,
Nick.
Come on, Nick. You're my co-host. What are you doing?
You know you're watching, Nick. You're just sitting there.
He's gonna
silent.
jump on late. Jump on, Nick.
We know you're there, Nick.
Send him the link.
Come on, Nick.
Yeah, come on, Nick. You're my co-host. Why are you leaving me hanging? What the hell?
You're leaving him hanging. Wow. Sorry.
Oh my god. But other characters, Leon, that were not nice to each other. Like let's see, Gail was not nice to her cameraman Kenny.
She'd slap him.
Yeah.
Well, he died. He got killed though, right?
Yeah. Later on in the had his throat slit near the end, like inside the news van, and
yelling at him, "Get the hell off my van!"
Yeah, like his dead body was on there while Gail was trying to drive away. Like when she finds him later on, not finds him, gets inside the news van to try to get help, but then like his body like slid onto the windshield, and she's like, "Kenny, I'm sorry, but get off my windshield."
Oh God!
And I'm just like,
"Damn it, Kenny!"
All over the windshield, she couldn't see.
Even when he's dead, it's like even when he's dead, you don't ever. It's like even when he's dead, you don't have respect for him.
Poor guy.
Wow. And she was like ripping on him for being overweight, and I'm just like, oh man.
It's a lot like being married. You get picked on by your wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if it's in a playful way, I don't mind like couples picking at each other, but if it's the point where it just gets really personal, mean, that's like,
yeah. Well, no, see, this is the thing is if they say mean things to you, you just have to have comebacks. And then that's just how the relationship ends up. Like you just, they say something mean to you. So you say something mean back and then it becomes like a mama's joke. Like your mom is so big. And you just go back and forth.
Except I'm never mean to girls. I'm always respectful towards women. Always.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We pranked each other all the time.
Yeah. Most people I play prank with, Pakistan is just my friends, like my frat brothers too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here, Jenna Ortega made Scream better in 5 and 6. Oh yeah, she was a nice addition to. Her performance made a nice addition to the Scream movies. I love Jenna Ortega in Scream and in Wednesday. She's got she's extremely talented, and I'm excited to see her in Beetlejuice too.
Oh boy,
yeah, I can't wait.
That's going to be interesting. She has
Beetlejuice too. What?
Oh yeah, yeah, Nikki. They're making Beetlejuice 2 after 35 years, and Michael Keaton is reprising as well. But I don't think Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are going to be in it though. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I know that Winona Ryder's returning. Oh yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yes, and I just like Randy's fanboy, like the way he is as a fanboy to the horror genre in this movie. Randy, he was always just like saying pretty accurately predicting what was going on as far as like what was going on with the killer. Like saying Billy might be is a potential suspect, and so are you. And it's a very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Yeah, and he says that while he's at the video store that he works at. And everybody's just staring at him like, "What the hell's wrong?"
In any horror movie, everybody's a suspect, especially when they hide the like say April Fool's Day, like from the 80s.
Yeah,
you didn't know who the hell the killer was until like closer to the end. Then you knew it was like Buffy and Muffy.
Right, that's true. Oh, and here's another thing you don't see anymore: video rental stores, like the one that Randy works at.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video.
I think there's one. Isn't there just one Blockbuster left in the country?
Yes,
there's one.
The one in Oregon. Yeah, the one in Oregon. I don't think,
and they still have sticky floors and. Every Blockbuster had that, like especially right near the candy. It was always like real sticky on the floor. Like the carpet was weird. And
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything weird was going on there.
Okay.
I'm not going there.
It's bubblegum.
I swear, Friday night was. I mean, Blockbuster was always like my Friday night routine as a little kid. You know, always wanting to get the latest movies. You know, want to watch horror movies. You know, always.
I loved the mom and pop video stores back in the mid to late '80s.
That's what we had back here, and every Friday I was over there getting a couple of movies.
And then you were trying to talk to them at the end of the month when they were trying to get rid of all their displays to see if you could have some of them, and you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I worked in the theater, so we got to keep a lot of the standees and posters. It was fun. Like when you work in the movie industry.
That's awesome. Oh man, I have fond memories of going to the movies in like throughout the '90s, like especially like seeing posters of movies that I would eventually see later on when I got older. Like in 1999, when my parents and took me and my sisters to see Disney's Tarzan, and like right when he got out, I noticed this huge poster along the wall of a giant crocodile, and the title behind it was Lake Placid, and I'm just like, okay, I got to see that in a while. You know,
I was 24 in '99.
Let's see, I was 7.
Oh,
I was only 7.
My son was 3 years old. Wow, I'm old.
Hey, how do you think I feel? Like when I was just on the phone with my cousin, you know, talking about having him and some of our buddies hanging out at my place on Saturday, and I said we're covering Scream tonight, and he's like, "Oh, you mean the old one?" And I'm just like, "What do you mean the old one?
The original one.
It's from 1996. So now I'm older than that movie."
Well, wasn't the last one? Was it just called Scream?
Yeah.
The one from 2 years ago was called Scream. Yes. The newest one is Scream 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last one was more of a reboot kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. Scream 5 was like a requel. You know, because that's the thing. Like, there was like a requel, and they were always like the movie was kind of self-aware about that, because that's what the Scream franchise is like known for. We're like kind of sort of mocking, you know, certain, like creating a like satire to certain subjects. Like in the first movie, it was creating like a horror slasher, you know, poking fun at that. And in the next movie, they were poking fun at sequels. Third movie, focusing on trilogies. Let's see, and the fourth movie's forward, they were focusing on, you know, poking fun at reboots and requels. That's what Scream 5 was. It was like a requel, a remake and a sequel in one.
It was almost like they were becoming a metafiction on that movie.
Scream is basically meta. It really is.
I mean, and they do that a lot when they do reboots and stuff like that. Like they will give nods to the old stuff. Like if you watched the newer Evil Dead movie that came out,
yes.
They do give nods. There is a chainsaw. There is a boomstick. You know, there's certain things said throughout the movie that like give nods all to the originals.
Oh yeah, Dead by Dawn. And never gets old.
But it's still not the same without Ash. I'm sorry.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
Man.
I watched it. It was a good movie on its own, but it should not have been called Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was decent. I do give it props for like trying something different. You know, instead of just...
I felt the same way about the remake of Child's Play. It was a good movie on its own, but it should not have been called Child's Play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But didn't they? Or no, it was at the little series that they did where they actually had the guy that did the voice for Chucky come back.
And now there's like 1,000 Chuckies all over the place.
Oh yeah, now there are. Now there is. Yeah, it's a case of AI gone awry. That's what.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Thomas, this
just like in
is
Megan.
my boomstick.
Yeah, that's right, Thomas. Here, let me put that up. Yeah. I gotta play the new Evil Dead game.
All right, listen, screwheads.
Yeah. I actually need to watch Halloween Ends.
I have not seen.
I've seen Kills.
Yeah,
I still have to see
I was so disappointed with Halloween Ends. I was. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to. I want you to be like, if you want to see it for yourself. If you want to see it for yourself, you can. But I will say I was disappointed.
I know a lot of people said that they weren't happy with the lack of involvement in the main storyline with Michael.
That's right.
Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I do know that, and I know that in Halloween Kills, that was the one where they had the house where there was like the island where they in the kitchen where they could move it and go down underneath, right?
Right.
I actually watched a video from Adam the Woo on YouTube where he got to go inside the house where they filmed that.
Huh.
Nice.
And it looked like it had been years and years since they've been there, but it wasn't that long.
That was the one before Kills.
Yeah, it was at the end of Halloween from 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the house burns down. The house is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm too down that I haven't seen.
You're too behind. You need Kills and
Kills was just okay. Let's see. Okay, Leon says that Jamie Kennedy has his YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'll have to check out his content. Yeah, like lately, Jamie Kennedy was like doing sequels to the Tremors movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did see that.
We need to cover Tremors at some point down the road. Like,
what is it with him in sequels? He did the sequel to The Mask too.
Son of the Mask.
That was a horrible movie.
That movie sucked. Horrible.
But
terrible.
There were fan-made things of The Mask, like fan-made films that you can find online.
Yeah.
That like go back to before, like in the olden times, like how The Mask got formed and stuff like it was. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
And fan-made horror films are so much better than Hollywood anymore.
Son of the Mask. Yeah, that's right. Oh, here. Good evening in LA. Oh, you live in LA? Sweet. Awesome people. Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna be in LA this weekend or this week.
Oh.
Thursday.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I've been to LA a few times. Yeah, I love that city.
I've never been to LA. The only place I've been in California was like San Francisco and Petaluma.
Been to San Francisco.
Petaluma is it going back again. I was talking about American Graffiti. That's where they filmed it in Petaluma, California.
Oh, it is.
So I was actually in certain filming locations there while I was visiting. It was good.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always nice to go to like sites where movies were made all the time.
If only I had a YouTube channel at the time, but YouTube wasn't a thing at the time because that was 2000.
Yeah, YouTube didn't start until 2005.
Right.
That's when
Wow.
And yeah, I remember watching me and my friends watching videos from that on like funnyjunkgod.com, stuff that predates YouTube.
Yep.
That's where all the viral videos were back then. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's yeah. Like I've been to even here in Chicago. There's several places where you can go to where famous movies were made. I mean, during my work when I go downtown, like I go to sometimes I pass by Wabash and Van Buren where the opening of Child's Play was filmed.
Oh, cool.
Where what was that? Chris Sarandon is chasing down Brad Dourif in the streets, shooting at each other.
Sarandon.
I would just like to go to the neighborhood where the house from Home Alone is at.
Winnetka, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
I would love to go to that neighborhood.
And the house still looks the same.
That's not the only nice house on the block.
Yes, Winnetka's full of nice houses. It is. I've
but
done
that house still looks exactly the same.
It does. I'm actually planning on visiting there real soon.
I want to go and visit the house where The Sopranos was filmed because that's not too far from. It's about 2 hours drive from me. I'm in Philly. That's in like northern New Jersey.
I was about to say, New Jersey is where it's at. Yeah, that's where it is.
I definitely want to go there.
Oh, you're a music director in LA. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah. Hey, music. Music is one of the many things I appreciate in this world. So, yeah, even like a lot of great, not just artist music, but also music that's also done with film. It's just amazing what people can do with it.
If done right, music will make the movie.
Love music.
Oh yeah, that's true. Except for the Birds. The Birds didn't have any music.
No.
Halloween is a prime example.
It is. Yep. That's right. You know that John Carpenter was his dad was the music director in Western Kentucky University at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What was I? Oh, yeah. Like there was also that one scene where they all got together for that party at the end of the movie inside that farmhouse. I believe it was Stu's house.
Stu's house. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
isn't that where the speech that I did came from?
Yep. Where they're all having a party watching Halloween. I don't know why they would be watching a slasher movie when there's an actual killer on the loose. That seems like kind of in poor taste, But
well, they're teenagers who are all in their 20s, and they're hanging out and just being rebellious.
And if you think about it, they're not exactly afraid of the murders, because when they got word that the principal was killed, they all went out there to go check it out. They didn't go hiding or anything. They wanted to go out there in the open.
Just like
check it out.
Sid's mom was murdered the year before, so it was like, they were kind of used to, okay, there's murders again.
Yeah, it's like our friends are being killed, but this is cool.
Yeah, it's like living in Springwood.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just wondering, like, I'm just thinking, really, guys, really, kids.
Well, think about it. This is the 90s, so it's just right after the 80s, where people even still there in the movies that not exactly bright. Yeah. They didn't start really smarting up until after the Scream series.
Hey, listen, I gotta say, the reality of people in real life, we were a bit smarter than they were in the horror films. I'm just saying. I'm speaking for people in my generation. I'm 48 years old. We were a bit smarter than that. If there was a killer, we weren't going near it.
I think it was meant to be ironic, though, because like in the beginning with Drew Barrymore, when he's asking her what her favorite horror is, and she's like, I don't like horrors, and all her reasons why, she just thinks it's stupid. She's like, it just ends the same. They're all the same. And then she ends up being the one running up the stairs, being chased by it.
Yeah, it's like, I just love how it put folks at those tropes, like putting characters in those same situations that they despise, like that they'll fall in those cliches. And
I think Nev Campbell's answer to his question was even better. Like, where she was like, well, the horror movies are all the same, really, when it comes down to it. It's just some stupid bitch that's just like running up the stairs when she should be running out the door.
Yeah. But in this instance, it's like she was forced to run up the stairs because like she couldn't get the door unlocked in time when Ghostface was chasing her. Yeah. And it's like you go upstairs and then emailing 911, through those computers like they're
hang on, let me sign on.
That actually worked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might work to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
she didn't have modem. She didn't have to connect her AOL.
No, yeah, like they didn't have that yet. I think it was like dial up. I think it was like dial up. Yeah.
You got mail.
Screen with the frequency that those movies were out, you can see the growth in technology with each movie.
My one question is not drama. What happened after life in Dead?
That's the paranormal question. What happens?
Well, that's a different show. Yep. This, but no.
Let's see. Wonder what happened to Billy's dad and Yeah, I'm not sure. You never do hear about Billy's dad again after even after when it's discovered Billy killed those people. Like even after Billy died, that's the only scene you ever see his dad in is when they're at the police station when Billy's suspected of committing the murders. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like that. I just like the twist in the end when it turns out that Billy was in fact the killer and had a partner who was also doing killings, Stu.
I'm bleeding out here, man.
I know. I just love how he turned the tables on. How City turned the tables on them. Like getting away and getting in the Ghostface costume, going in the closet, and then it cuts to like where the Halloween movie is still playing on TV, and where it shows the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis is inside the closet, like hiding from Michael breaking into the closet, and then and that distracts Billy, and then rushing out of the closet comes Cindy in the Ghostface costume, stabbing him with an umbrella. I'm just like, whoa. Okay, the irony.
So why did it take them so long to kill their girlfriends though? They were killing. I guess they killed Drew first, or her character and her boyfriend, and then they were trying to kill the other people. So what took so long?
I think they were saving her for last, because of the circumstances with her mother.
Yes, exactly. So the whole twist, the whole plot of like the motive as to why Billy wanted to kill, why he killed Sydney's mother and then was killing her friends, was because like Sydney's mom was having an affair with Billy's dad, which drove Billy's mom to abandon them. So he blames Sydney's family for destroying his family.
Wow.
And so just killing her friends as well.
Yeah, and then he decides to kill her friends as well, like working their way towards Sydney, and then framing her dad for the whole thing.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, and they did this so they can get away and like go off to create a real life sequel, and they can, like Stu said, these days you just got to have a sequel.
Got it.
I know. And then I just love how he like Sydney was just toying with them on the phone, like saying, "Are you alone in the house?" Basically doing the exact same thing they were doing to their victims. Yeah. Oh, here. Oh, Thomas. Yeah. And thank you for so much tuning in. And Thomas. Tomorrow I'm going to be on the live stream playing Uncharted 2 tomorrow and not Thursday because I got something on Thursday that just came up. So I'm moving it to tomorrow. Yeah.
And again, you have a cool first name. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, he does.
Not that he's biased or anything.
No. I mean, my dad's name is Tom. My son's name is Tom. You know. There are multiple Toms in my family.
I have 2 Toms in my family.
I have, like, at any given family gathering at my grandmother's house when she was still alive, which is now the house my mom lives in, there was my dad, me, and my son. My grandmother's adopted son and his son named Tom. They're both Toms. And then a foster kid that grew up there, I called her aunt. She married a guy named Tom, and then they had a son named Tom. So there were 7 Toms at any given family function. So if somebody came in the room and said Tom, you had 7 people go.
My sister Tom, and she got rid of his ass years ago.
Oh yeah, we got like a few guys named Nick. So, oh man,
ours is Jim or James in our family.
We got one James. Actually, we got 2 Jims in our family, including my nephew, my 2-year-old nephew.
There's Jimmy and Jim.
Yeah,
Jimmy, Jim, James.
Yeah, James Bond, right?
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah. Shaken, not stirred. Classic.
Money Penny.
Yeah, I remember. Oh man. Yeah, my dad was like 6 years old when he first saw Goldfinger in theaters back in 1964, and ever since then, my family has loved the franchise.
Goldfinger.
Yes. And let's see. I'm trying to remember when.
I feel old. I get all these references. It's weird.
Hey, I've seen all those too.
I've seen all those movies too. I mean, I got all the James Bond movies up here.
Yeah.
So,
You really trusting them all.
Yep. I think for me though, the one quote from Sean Connery that resonates the most with me was in Highlander when he came against Kurgan, and Kurgan's like, and he's talking, she my cut has improved your voice. For some reason, that just always stuck with me.
Wow, man. Yeah.
And let's not even start talking about that one movie he was in, Zardoz. That is a weird movie, man.
Yeah, it is. It does seem like a quirky film. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I just love another scene I forgot to bring up. Is like I forgot to bring up when Randy was like all alone now watching Halloween. While everybody was like going to see Principal Himbry's body strung up on the at the football field. I'm just like, really, guys? Yeah, but then he's all alone. Ghostface appears right behind him, right as he was saying to Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Myers is right behind her in the movie. He's saying, "No, behind you, Jamie, behind you." Right as Ghostface is lifting up the knife right behind Randy. I'm just like, oh my god, I just love the irony of that scene.
Now, here's the thing that I don't get about that particular scene. I never noticed it, but because of how dark a film Halloween is, shouldn't you have been able to see the reflection of somebody standing behind him?
You would think. well, actually, I think they do a camera angle where you can see Ghostface in the reflection, don't they?
Maybe he just couldn't see from his angle. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe with my TV that could reflect. Maybe I don't.
Well, it was the old tube TVs that you got the
right.
reflections off of. Now the ones we have now, there's no reflection.
Oh yeah, with the flat screen, the smart TVs.
Yeah. But with the old like regular glass tube like TVs and stuff like that, then
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because they're curved out, whereas today's TVs are curved in.
Oh yeah, all my families had those back then. Yeah, and then like when Sydney's running for help, like going to the news van, Gail's news van, and what was his name? Kenny was in there.
Kenny.
And, like they were because Gail and Kenny were like monitoring the inside of the house, like putting a hidden camera there. Like the.
It was like on top of the TV or something.
Yeah.
And Kenny discovers that there's a lag.
30 seconds.
Yeah, there was like a 30-second delay. But of the life of the footage, yeah, like so, and because of that, they were seeing like the Ghostface, like Sydney and Kenny were watching on the TV in the van, seeing Ghostface right behind, right behind Randy, like, and then as Randy saying, "Behind you, Jamie, behind you," and then they were like, "Hey, behind you, kid, behind you," and they were going, then run back inside. Then Kenny was about to run back inside. And he's like, "Oh wait, we got a 30-second delay." That's when Ghostface cuts his neck.
Cuts his neck.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, Nick is making an appearance now.
Oh, he's coming on?
What?
Well, he's trying to.
Nick, where are you?
Nick. Come on, man. We're waiting all night for you.
Nicholas.
I summon the Pickle Nick.
Yay.
Hey. Look,
oh, wow, it worked. It actually worked when I summoned Pickle Nick.
Hey,
how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing well. Yeah, we're just talking about really good last night. Yeah.
We're good.
So, Nick,
really quick, before I forget about it, Kate is going to be our guest on Supernatural Talk on Thursday night.
That's
Thursday. Cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
Hi, Kate.
So,
Nick, speaking of which,
and so Nick, the reason why I chose Scream tonight is like because I know that The Shining. We were originally going to talk about The Shining, which I know that you're a huge fan of. That's one of your favorite films. So I didn't want to do that one without you. I didn't want to do The Shining without you.
Yeah, you are planning on doing a Stephen King movie in the month of October, aren't you?
Yes,
of course you have to.
Yes, we are.
Here's Johnny.
Hey, you have a good night too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, here. Super looking forward to it. Thank you, lovely people.
I'm not gonna hurt.
No, thank you, Kate.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna bash your fucking head.
Oh my god.
Got me going on.
Leon brings up a point. Nick, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Wes Craven actually does make a cameo in this. He plays the janitor of the high school. His name is Freddie, and
he looked like Freddie.
Yep. And it was where
he was wearing the sweater.
Yeah, where Ghostface was going after Principal Hembry, the Fonz. He was he was like, then Hembry like comes out of his office like looking for where the noise came from. He said, "You son of a bitch!" And then here's what he finds when he steps outside. Hang on, let me pull up the picture.
No running in the halls.
Here it is.
I know exactly what it is.
Yep.
And then Fred is like, "What did you just call me?" and it's Wes Craven dressed in the original outfit that Freddy Krueger had in the first movie.
Check it out.
Running in the halls.
Looks like Tom.
Yeah, exact same. Like
what?
The shirt is the same because he has stripes on his sleeves here in the other movies. So
did somebody just say he looks like me?
I
don't have the same hat on. I have a Tom's World hat on. Now that would have been cool if he had this little logo on the front of that hat. That would be great because that would have predated my channel by a lot of years.
That's great. Oh man, but Nick, as you know, we were like going over some strong points, like the origin of who wrote this film, and also like who had inspired the Ghostface mask. Like what inspired it, right, Nick?
Yes.
Yep, the Scream painting.
The Scream painting from I think it was from 1910. It was originally painted. So about 90 years before that. Yeah, no, 80 years.
80 years. Yes, right.
They did this before Macaulay Culkin did.
That's also
that
inspired. Also inspired by that painting.
Yeah,
Macaulay Culkin's like screaming face.
Yeah.
That was inspired by the painting as well. Exactly. So yeah, there's some things from the past serve as a bigger role than we know. Like inspiration wise, like prime example of how art imitates other arts. Art, imitating life as well.
You know you're in there, little fella, and that you're all alone.
Oh my god, that sounds like creepy in so many ways. Yeah, thank God. But yeah, Nick, what was your favorite? What was your guys' favorite moment in the in Scream?
When Drew Barrymore was still alive.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, when Wes Craven was tormenting her with stories of animal cruelty to get her to have those reactions when she's being terrorized by the killer.
I didn't like it when she died, though.
Yeah, it was, man.
I'll tell you, when I was 18 years old, and she was 18 years old, and that issue of Playboy came out that she was in, I was online at a newsstand an hour before the newsstand opened, waiting for that Playboy issue.
Oh man,
I had it. I don't have it anymore, but I did have it.
I was gonna ask, do you still have it?
No, I left it at a previous residence of mine, mistakenly,
Mm-hmm.
and it was too late to get back.
That's why you got to go to This Is Tom's World.
Yeah,
that's right. This is Tom's World. No space.
Oh, wait a minute. How many times have you said that so far today?
Not many. Not many.
Because I was going to do
I think this is the first time
count to it.
Yeah,
he's been doing more movie quotes than anything else tonight.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, that was kind of funny when Tatum was got John Carpenter's name wrong, saying, you sound like you're talking like some Wes Carpenter stuff, mixing up two names, Wes Craven and John Carpenter. I'm just like, really, Tatum? Come on, Tatum, get it together.
She was giving me Daphne vibes in the movie.
Jinkies.
Like,
I'm just gonna say
that's Velma. Well. Jinkies is Velma's line.
But
yeah, I can kind of get that. So I can kind of see that, Jill.
They all kind of said Jinkies at some point or another. When you think about it, you go back and watch all the old Scooby-Doo ones. Even Fred said it.
Maybe. Yeah, I think he did at one point. Yeah. Still, yeah, like Nick, we were just discussing earlier, like how much I loathe the Velma series. Yeah, just stick with the original Scooby-Doo series.
Here we go again with this. I've
that.
Talk about it before, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so stick with just that. And the reason why Scooby-Doo was brought up is because Matthew Lillard, who plays Stu in this movie, plays Shaggy in the live-action movies, and now, and now is the official voice of him in the animated shows. It feels like it's seriously the kind of role that he was meant to play.
Like Scoob.
He's been Shaggy ever since.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Oh man.
Was he in Cabin in the Woods, or was that someone else?
I have to watch Cabin in the Woods.
He was in 13 Ghosts.
He was.
That is, yeah, he is.
Who hasn't seen Cabin in the Woods?
I always see Shaggy.
I have still not seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it. I just bought it. I just got the digital download, so I'm going to watch it soon.
Maybe you'll have to bring it over here.
It's not listed on here.
Zoinks. We'll all have to watch it together.
Yeah, we'll throw a watch party.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll set up a watch party. Yeah, for sure.
I'm in.
All right, gang. Let's all split up.
Yep. Sorry. So I'll order the pizzas.
Pizzas. I love pizzas.
While the beer's ready.
I love beers too.
So that couch scene, they did that on 5 or 6.
Wait, I'm sorry, Joe. What?
Oh, that couch scene where you said that the movie's playing at the same time, Ghostface is behind him. That's in either 5 or 6. They did that again. Yeah,
they did, and the couch scene, behind you thing. Yeah, that was when Randy was like watching Halloween alone. Ghostface is behind him. As in the he was watching the scene where Michael Myers is right behind Jamie Lee Curtis, like about to stab her, and then he's about to get stabbed.
Yeah.
I'm just like all the irony of that scene. I just love how this movie feels like a love letter to horror while throwing in some satire and irony. I just love it.
That's really what Scream is. It is a love letter to the horror genre, but at the same time, it reinvented the horror genre.
Okay.
And yes, Mr. Lean, Don does do a good Dr. Claw.
Oh yes,
he's not the only one.
Oh, wow.
It's both are played by Frank Welker, who also voiced Fred in Scooby-Doo, among many other things. Yeah, Frank Welker, he voiced used the exact same voice for both Cave of Wonders and in Aladdin and Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget. And with Cave of Wonders, it's like,
who dares enter the Cave of Wonder? Who disturbs my slumber?
And with Dr. Claw, it's like,
I'll
Great
get
thing
you
about
next
Scooby-Doo
time,
is I
Gadget.
watched Scooby
Next time.
Yep.
I can't do the cat.
Yeah. It's like,
somehow I'll get you, Gadget.
I have a whole repertoire of voices.
Well, Kate's asking, can you do a British accent?
I don't know, mate. I was trying to do British accent, but some people always confuse it for other nations, so I've got to work on that.
Well, it depends though, because there's like the Cockney accent, and then there's like the higher class British.
There's the Cockney accent. There's the posh accent.
I can't really do any of them.
There's so many different accents for England. It's insane.
See, accents I can't do, but the voices, like I get. Like I mean, there's the whole Beavis and Butthead thing. There's the Sling Blade. I love doing Sling Blade.
Just recently,
we all know you like doing Pickle Rick, of course, and Rick and Morty.
Hey, look, I'm Pickle Rick. All right.
Go, Rick. Why are you a pickle?
I don't know, Rick. Or wait, I just called you Rick. Damn it, you're Morty.
And just recently, I mastered Beetlejuice after hearing that Beetlejuice is finally getting a sequel. I'm just like, it's showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because sometimes you're calling me up on the horn, and before you know it, I'm there to make an appearance.
You copy my voice next time, Tom.
Oh man.
Okay, that's the.
I actually saw.
First comedic comment I've seen of Kate ever. That was awesome.
I actually saw a picture of Michael Keaton from the new Beetlejuice.
Oh,
I saw it surface online today. It looks still pretty dead on to the original.
I gotta see it. Yes. Oh, let's see. So, what was I gonna ask? Nick, what was your favorite scene in Scream?
I think probably my favorite was, man. It's kind of hard to say because I like the entire film as a whole. I don't know if I really had much of a favorite scene. I think I just love the entire film.
Yeah, it's fun from beginning to end. It's always hard to determine which scene you like the most. I mean, I love the intro. The intro is like one of the best horror movie intros ever. Really sets the tone for the whole film.
Mostly.
What's your favorite kill, maybe? What's your favorite kill?
Oh, good favorite kill. Oh my God, that's an even tougher question. I think it must have been probably when he. I'm gonna have to go with the opening scene too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think the slow death of Stu was pretty good.
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah, where Stu is just like attacking Sydney, like saying, "I always had a thing for you, Sid," and then she overpowers him and knocks a TV right onto the TV, still playing Halloween, right onto his head, electrocuting him.
I'm bleeding out here, man.
Oh
yeah, that's right.
To the TV kill scene on Nightmare 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Stu on the phone with Sid in the end. Oh yeah, I remember.
Kate makes a good point though. Like for example, just a fun fact: most Disney villains have British accents. Why? Exactly.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered that.
I've never noticed.
I've noticed a few times, but never really took much notice.
Well, the Little Mermaid didn't. That's one that did.
That's one exception.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at this stuff, isn't it me?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. This film also had a good villain death. Nick, it's like very end when Courtney Cox and when Gail and when Sydney and Randy were all of them look over a supposedly dead Billy. Yeah, like he's like, and then Randy's like, hang on, this is the part where the killer comes back to life for one last scare. He put then Billy then right at that moment pops up again, then shoots him in the head, and then Sydney shoots him in the head and says, "Not in my movie."
Bullseye.
And then they think, everything's done.
Just realized I should have brought this with me before I came on. I actually do have a ghost face mask, but I forgot. I had it all packed up with all the Halloween stuff. So you got yours ready. No, mine actually has the hood on it too. So, but it's all packed up.
I got the cloak.
You remember I used to have that one program where I could put like things over my face. It was like called Snap Camera. And it doesn't work anymore, but I was trying my hardest to get it to work again, just so that I could get like a screen face and then turn on my voice.ai and turn on the same voice for the voice changer and everything. Like I was trying, but I just couldn't get it. So I just had to rely on my own.
I'm saying, I've been hearing.
I didn't know you had that too. I mean, I know, but of course, I know you had that voice changer program, which made you sound like a robot.
Oh, yeah. That was way back. That was my old one.
I love that.
That was funny.
That was on my laptop, which couldn't handle the program.
Oh yeah.
There is no way that Stu can still be alive.
Not with that TV on his head.
Yeah. Like I've been hearing that
prime time, bitch.
Have a 50-pound beak thrown on top of your head and see how you feel.
Well, he got electrocuted.
Yeah, he did. He got electrocuted. If you take electric shock like that, especially to the head, where the brain is, it'll shut down the brain. So it's highly unlikely that he would have survived that.
And plus, he was feeling a little woozy here from that too deep of a cut.
I'm feeling a little woozy here, man.
He really sounded a little bit like Shaggy there. So
I'm feeling a little woozy here, man.
Well, then right after that, my parents are gonna be so mad at me.
Oh man.
Yeah, that right there is probably the best line in that whole movie.
Oh man, I do love like one of my favorite lines is when it feels like sort of breaking the fourth wall, but not really. Is when Sydney and Billy are upstairs together, and romantic scene where where Billy was like comparing like what's going on to movies, and like Sydney's like, but this isn't a movie, this is real life, and Billy's like, of course this is and Billy's like, of course this is a movie, this is all one big movie, but you can't pick your genre. I'm just like, wow. so that was like so meta.
Was this the first romantic scene or the second romantic scene? Because they
had two. Yes, it was the second one towards the end. Okay.
Because I was thinking about the first one when she asked him if he would settle for PG-13.
Oh yeah. That scene.
Flash.
Yeah. My God.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, nobody ever does when they first see this. Yeah, and then it's like I just like how like the way how meta this movie is, the franchise, how meta the whole franchise gets overall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like focusing on when they go to the second film, they're like they go over the rules of sequels, and then in the third film they go over the rules of trilogies, and then the fourth film the rules of reboots and modern cinema, modern horror.
But here's the thing. Scream was actually inspired by a real series of murders.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And that also inspired murders too. At least one of them involved two kids that were that killed their mother to try to get the Scream costumes. I mean, it was crazy from what I remember hearing.
I didn't even know about that one.
Oh, that was on if you guys are familiar with that show called Killer Kids, they did a segment on that murder. And the two kids, these two boys, they were probably like preteens, I guess, and they were going to try to get the Scream costumes. Obviously, they were troublemakers. They were going to steal them, but they weren't able to get them. And of course, obviously, in order to get them, they were also going to steal money from one of their moms. So they went out. I don't remember the full story because it's been a couple months now since I watched it, but they began their plan. They skipped school, and then they snuck back into the house, and they grabbed the money. And then all of a sudden, their mom saw them, and then they both of them overpowered her with knives, stabbed her, killed her. And she put up a good fight. She tried fighting them back, and she couldn't. So, and they never got the costume. So that was inspired from seeing that movie.
And at no point did they ask her what her favorite scary movie was.
The scariest part, though, in this case, definitely, though, this was certainly real. So I think the two kids, I think they were like in their mid-teens, I think because of the severity and brutality of this crime, both of them, even though they were like 14, 15 years old, they were both sentenced to life in prison.
Well, was it the Menendez brothers?
It might have been. I think that might be them, actually, now that you mentioned that. Because it involved two boys. I didn't remember if they were brothers or not.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about the Menendez brothers, but I don't ever remember hearing about the tie-in with Scream.
Huh.
Yeah, they want to get the Scream costumes.
Yeah, I think it's on Killer Kids, like you said.
Totally unrelated. I have to ask Nick, what is Hings Inc.?
You don't see the full thing?
No, I just saw Hings Inc. I think it was behind Nick.
Hings Link.
now it says Hings Link.
It says Inc. Illinois on the bottom of it. It's Things of Illinois.
Hey,
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah. Oh man, but here, Nick, we're about 2 minutes until the next show, so we got to wrap this up.
Well, for starters, did you decide what you're going to do for next week?
I have. It's a childhood favorite of mine. Something I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. It's Tremors.
I was going to say Tremors.
Oh my god, you said childhood favorite.
Yeah, people have been requesting. People have been requesting this one like crazy. So I decided, you know what? It's time I give them what they want as far as most requested goes. This is the people
Kevin Bacon, Michael Gross.
Yes, Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
But
people have been requesting this for quite a while.
But as far as announcements with me, so tomorrow, I know I said this last week, but unfortunately I was unable to do Nick Files last week because I had a really bad headache that just knocked me out. So tomorrow afternoon for sure is where I'm going to be getting back with Nick Files and starting the cryptid segment, starting with the Enfield Horror once again. And then Thursday for To the Grave and Back. I remember now. Lois told me there is no To the Grave and Back because she's got an investigation out in Scotland. And of course, Jeremy, since you already mentioned it earlier, we got for Supernatural Talk, we got Kate coming on. Of course, we're really looking forward to chatting with her again. It's going to be great. And then for Friday on the Frighteners, I don't know if Lois had anything planned for that show, but we'll be talking about something as far as I'm.
Sorry, it was a Peter Griffin vote. No,
I got you. All right. So, this Thursday's live stream gaming live stream video for Uncharted 2. The live stream for that is going to be tomorrow. Got something going on Thursday, so it'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. So be sure to tune in for that. And and I'm going to work on some more reaction videos as well. So that's it from my end. And next week, I am excited for us to cover Tremors.
That's it for his end.
Yeah.
And Thursday, Jeremy.
Wow. Yeah,
Thursday. I already told him. I already said what was going on for Thursday.
Okay.
Jeremy, have you seen Tremors?
I have. I got them all.
Yeah.
Of course you do. You got a full library.
Yeah, it's bigger than my library.
Way bigger. You'd be surprised, Don. I keep telling you.
I have the collection that's got the first 7 movies.
Yeah.
Actually, there was one that I missed in the trilogy that I saw in recent times where it's like it takes place in the Old West.
Oh, Tremors 4.
Yeah, I never even saw that one. I was like, well, what the hell is this? And Michael Gross is in that too.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Plays his ancestor.
Yeah,
I need to see that.
crazy.
Yep. All right, so that's gonna be it for this podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys all for joining me. Nick, I know you were on like kind of last minute, but it was still on. Yeah, but
I was going to stop the last half hour, so
yeah, but
25 minutes.
Yeah, but hey, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Better late than never.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Tom, Jill, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, I got your message. Yeah. So yeah, let me know when you're able to get back on as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night.